morning.
Good morning, Jesus.
I behold the Christ as you. The reason I greet you with I behold the Christ as you is because of something that the great Eric Butterworth said. And he said that God is in us not like a raisin in a bun, but like the ocean in a wave. There's just as much ocean in the wave as there's any other aspect of it. It's very appropriate that the title of my talk today is New Beginnings. We're now in the first weeks of January, the beginning of 2015. A brand new, possibility sparkling new year. This month is named for Janus, the Roman god of beginnings and endings, and the doorways as a metaphor. Janus is described with two faces on one head, representing a simultaneous view of the past and the future. We can apply this to mean that we incorporate both in the present moment. We're not bound to the past, but neither do we ignore it. Everything that happened contributed to who we are and where we go from here. One of the most important lessons in my spiritual development is learning to release the past so that I can live more fully in the now, in the presence of spirit. I know that I bring my past with me to any new beginning, but I choose to take whatever adds to my highest and best good. Amen. I carry with me the understandings I have gained from my experiences, but I let go of the excess baggage, the guilt, and the regrets. And as I do, I gain greater knowledge from each new experience. We know that the universe is continually giving us new understandings and opportunities for new beginnings. So as we grow in spiritual consciousness, it's up to us to make the best of the opportunity. Dr. Maya Angelou said, when you know better, you do better. Here's an affirmation that can help ground us for a new beginning. I'm going to affirm it once, and then I'm going to invite the whole congregation to affirm it with me. I release myself and others from limitations from the past and the mistakes of the past. I choose to let go of yesterday's mistakes and begin anew. Together.
I release myself and others from the limitations from the past and the mistakes in the past. I choose to let go of yesterday's mistakes and begin anew.
During this season, many people think of resolutions and intentions for the year to come. Now, we're doing this constantly, but now it's a collective celebration of newness. There was a time in my life when I made these resolutions, I set goals, and by the middle of February, I forgot that I had even set the goals and wasn't even conscious of it. I find that a lot of times when, and I think this is true for most people, is that when we make these resolutions, it becomes very much laborious for us, and sometimes even burdensome. Now, this is good for the creative process. It's always good to list your goals out, do your to-do list, and to make your resolutions. But if the process is not working, if you like me, it's best to try something else. Here's some advice from the great Sufi mystic, Rumi. And this is what he said: stop swimming so hard and climb on the boat. I want to share with you some ideas that you and I may joyfully and trustfully offload as we begin this first new year. And I want you to pay particular attention to the first one. And if these ideas appeal to you, give them a try. I'm presenting them in the first person so that they can sink in deeper as affirmations and not as orders. Now, the first one is, I don't punish myself over any to-do list, including this one. Now, when we make a to-do list, we do this because it's a self-supporting choice. No one else is keeping score on your life. If you're seeking perfection and only find progress, it's still a great day.
Wow.
Amen.
Yeah.
Now the second one says, if I can't change something about the past, I leave it there. How many of you are still living in the past?
We have to raise our hands.
You know, a whole bunch of stuff has happened back there, but it's over now. And this is what I want to share with you as we think about the past and all of the stuff that we're still holding on to, the baggage that we're still holding on to. Learn from the past mistakes and regrets. You know, the Lord's Prayer tells us to forgive us our debts as we also have forgiven our debtors. What that says is that we need to forgive ourselves and others as well. When you find yourself stressing in the past, smile and bless the situation. And what that means, if you bless a situation, that means call forth the good from it. Look at it and see what good is in it, and move on. And if it hangs in there too long, you want to switch mental channels. And you can do that if you're home and you've got a good inspiration book in front of you. Pick that up and start reading it. It's over now. You're safe, and you're loved, and you are appreciated. Number 3 says, with nothing positive to say in the moment, silence is golden. Sometimes it's not the words you say, but how you feel. How do you feel when you say some things? If it's hard for you to think about it, imagine what it feels like for another person to hear it. This is an idea from a book of what I learned in kindergarten. Choose to be kind and mind your manners.
Yeah.
And number 4 says, I express complaints as requests. You know, Jesus spoke many times of, I can remember one time he spoke of moving a mountain. And he said a lot of unrecorded things. And I could imagine that if the disciples had follow-up questions on mountain moving, he would have suggested they imagine what sort of landscape to put in the mountain's place. Express complaints as requests. And number 5 says, if it's my buck, it stops with me. Don't give away your power. Accept the responsibility for your own experience. Number 6, I practice no fault living. Think about it. Am I here to judge others or determine their fate? Would I rather be right than happy? And number 7 says, I toss pointless worry. And this is what that says to me. Eliminate needless worry, period. Eliminate needless worry, period. Number 8 tells us, and number 8 affirms, I do what needs doing and get out of my own way. Here's a thought on that. Some say do the hardest things first. Others say start with the easy to build confidence. Now this is a matter of personal style, not a one-size-fits-all. So try whichever way, a mixture of the two, that suits you, and then follow through. Finally, the affirmation says, I put off putting off the fun stuff. Here's some thoughts from the Dalai Lama. Someone once asked him what surprised him most about humanity. And his answer was, man. Why? Because he sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices his money to recuperate his health. Then he is so anxious about the future that he does not enjoy the present or the future. Then he lives as if he's never going to die, and then dies never having lived. You don't want that to be you, right?
Right.
So what you want to do in 2015, this is what I want to do, is that I want to live.
Yes.
I want to enjoy each moment. I want to seize the opportunity in each moment. And I want to see it as a new beginning, knowing that I make a choice and that I also make a difference. Happy new beginnings.
Yeah.